and Yuma. Again, these teams this week have put Asia on the map. Back-to-back victory royales in one of the closest races we have ever seen.
It is actually absurd to think about everything that Yuma and Koyota brought to the finish line. But the real question still remains, Jacob. Was it actually enough? Were they really able to overtake a 6th place spot on the leaderboard? Z-Dog and Goofy, it's an absolute nail-biter. Because the entire time, they were eliminated so early on, they were sitting and waiting. And now to witness Yuma and Koyota winning this final lobby for a secondary victory royale, I can't even begin to think what might be going through their heads, but the faces say it all. There is just so much unfolding here. Everyone really gave it their all this weekend.
Yeah, just waiting for that leaderboard to pop up, seeing who makes it through. And I'm feeling like 7-Eleven and Vivid right now, just trying to read the facial expressions, trying to read how these players are feeling. Well, I know one thing for sure. Sky, Scroll, Mom, Dad, they're happy, so you got to imagine they have qualified through. But did Koyota Yuma, did the back-to-back make it enough? Z-Dog and Goofy going down early, did they have enough points? We saw Booga fall inside of the top 5. Questions.
And maybe we'll get the answers soon enough here, but I'm also thinking about Yasin and Salva. The way that Yasin was just barely able to hold on for dear life. Could he have actually mustered up the necessary placement points with that solo representation at the very end? And if so, and alongside Z-Dog and Goofy potentially holding their position, Jacob, one more time, we might just be looking at a competition that consists of teams from every region potentially, but it's still too early to call. It's just so difficult.
This so far, the FORTNITE Reload Championship of the Esports World Cup 2026 has not only met expectations, they have already passed, I believe, everyone's expectations, mine for sure. And we've only on day 3. We still got the match point finals tomorrow that'll blow the roof off of the building and make sure to keep the FORTNITE community proud. But just calculating the points, Taco, you got to imagine Darm Demas, Khan, and Faded. Those guys not only played phenomenally for the full 10 games, they made it deep into that one as well. So you got to imagine they might be safe.
You want to think as much, but it's just still so wild to factor in that even after everything that these teams have been through to try and get through this grueling survival day, Sky and Scroll, it wasn't even as much about the club championship points, but the leaderboards revealed. Z-Dog and Goofy have just narrowly held on. Yuma and Koyota, they went so far. They came so close. But after all of this, 1 point short.
Back to back, and I was saying after that first one, you need a couple eliminations. They dropped down too little, too late. They secured the win, but unfortunately fell short. But Darm and Demas, first place team, 510 points. Khan and Faded, 447, and AGAL's very own Sky and Scroll keep the club championship run alive.
Just know that somewhere out there in the wings, Team Falcons is just watching on in silence, knowing that their top competition for this EWC weekend is still in the running. So we'll see what happens. But for right now, we got to hear from some guys that are directly on the field.
In one of the closest races that we have had for the top 6 positions on the Gadir City grid, Darm and Demas from T1 managed to secure the top spot in the survival stage. What a day, boys. Congratulations. First off, the survival stage comes with its own set of pressures. So tell us how you guys stay so composed throughout a day that, let's face it, was pretty tense.
Well, yesterday we really sold, like we should have been quad already, but today we just decided to lock in and fix everything that happened yesterday.
Looked at all the problems and you fixed them. Well, you definitely did, because you came into today incredibly strong. Now, Darm, let's talk about, the competing here today, right? there's kind of a silver lining to competing to the survival stage because you get to have more reps on stage, more games on stage, gets you more comfortable, but also by taking the top spot in survival, you have this momentum going into the finals day tomorrow. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, of course we have a lot of confidence now, like way more confidence than yesterday, because yesterday was a disaster. I don't even want to talk about it, you know?
Let's not talk about yesterday, that's fine. Now, what matters is what's happened today and what you guys are going to do tomorrow. So, let's do what we came here to do. Let's crush some keys. This is going to be fun. Are you excited for this?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Look at the smile on this guy's face. Right. Before we get into this, obviously 14 teams are about to be eliminated, leaving only 20 in the running for the finals for the FORTNITE Reload Championship here at EWC. Right, Dom, I want you to press that button. I want you to open up the iris. Go for it. Here we go. Now the teeth are on display, ready to chomp on these keys. 14 of them about to be eliminated. Dimash, is there anything you would like to say to them?
Bye-bye.
See ya later, Dimash, in 3, 2, 1, pull it. And just like that, 14 keys have been destroyed on the Gadia City grid. Now we can hear ourselves think. That's loud, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty loud. Right, okay. We've spoken about your confidence. Seeing that happen and being the guys that managed to destroy those keys, does that give you that extra bit of confidence for tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
For sure, that's what I like to hear. Okay, and with that, 20 teams are now left in the race for the finals. $1 million on the line tomorrow. And of course, it's match point format. It's going to be spicy. Congratulations once again to Dom and Dimash from T1 for the survival stage run. Let's go back to the studio to round out the survival stage and get us ready for tomorrow.
Thank you, Barney. I always love seeing those keys getting crushed, but it's also a bit bittersweet, especially when you're a duo that ends up not making it by just 1 point, Kelly.
Yuma and Koyota, it hurts even more to see how well they played that game, getting a victory royale in the final game of the day, and to miss out by just a point. You know that they're feeling rough. You could see them celebrating. They thought that they made it, but I think that they shouldn't stop their celebrations yet. Yuma and Koyota put on an incredible show for the audience, and we should all be so appreciative to be able to watch that. We were all screaming in the green room. We did not know who was going to qualify, and to me, that is what esports is all about.
It is, and it's all about those players just clutching up. A lot of questions were coming into today in regards to T1, but the main one too, because of the club championship, was AGL, Sky and Scroll. What were they going to be able to do? They were able to pull through in this one and qualify to the match point finals.
The boys got the job done. Vivid and I were kind of joking. We were like, somewhere in the crowd, the AGL manager is probably just sweating. Like, he must be the most nervous man in the building. But look, they got the job done. All that mattered for them was just making it to that final. We'll figure out the rest tomorrow.
I mean, Z-Dog and Goofy, of course, sneaking into the top 6 as well. We see Yassine and Salva as well, 370. And then Izzy and Nosif. As soon as we kind of came up here to the studio, we kind of saw the fans behind us cheering. They were pretty much that Izzy and Nosif fan club. Take a look at the second page, though, Seven. I mean, heartbreak, absolute heartbreak for all of these teams.
Yeah, absolute heartbreak too, especially Phoenix and Retro finishing in last place. Remember, this is a duo, got a chance to play their first LAN, but this will be a lot of experience gain for them moving on into the future. And you can see the duos now advancing to the finals. And something to point out as well for T1, Darm and Dimas is that they were able to get that first place without a victory royale. Consistency throughout today.
What a performance from Darm and Dimash. I mean, that is convincing, because now when we show up here tomorrow ready to kind of talk about the finals, we have to talk about them as being some of the favorites to at least get like top 5. Like, that performance today is convincing enough for me.
The question becomes that confidence that they both talked about having now going into tomorrow. They didn't win a game. Tomorrow, if you want to really give your best chance of winning this whole thing, you gotta be a team that's comfortable winning games here.
And that means that we have to look to the high ground. We know time and time again that although tournaments might not be win from the high ground, games definitely are. And so when it comes to a match point format, that is going to be incredibly pivotal. And so many of these teams that are going into tomorrow are going to have to go up against some of the best height teams in the world. I know a lot of the teams are going to be looking to strategies, ways to kind of break the teams that are holding height. But Vivid, we've seen how much teams can struggle to even steal height away from someone.
I do want to go ahead and hit home on that point. That is what's very, very fun about a format like this, right? When you have two separate groups and kind of like this third day that joins together some of the groups, because when we go ahead and watch the finals tomorrow, we have yet to see these exact same 20 teams actually go head to head in a lobby. We don't really know how it's going to play out, right? Because they all kind of got there through separate lobbies, through separate ways. And that is what makes a format like this so fun. Very, very interesting to kind of see who comes out on top when all 20 of these teams are in the same lobby.
Especially when we're thinking about those teams that have already qualified from Group A, right? They've had extra days off to just look at everything going on within this duos, and even Group B as well. The one thing that we're gonna hoping that doesn't happen, especially with those top duos, that I don't think is gonna end up happening, is them getting a little bit cold because they've just been having to relax, do a lot of VOD review.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of them have probably been entertaining, enjoying the games, right? Watching today. But, Barney made a great point of that momentum that the players today will have going in. It's different. It's helpful. Dom, Dimash, they said it. Oh my goodness, we are way more confident now. We've had the extra games to play and practice. So I think we might see, a lot of these teams that did well today move in tomorrow really well.
To speak that Shark and Teeny, who had such a dominant day one, getting 4 victory royales, 3 of them back to back to back, haven't had 2 days to play. They have had opportunities though to watch, to VOD review, to see what these teams that came out on top do best, and maybe they're going to be able to come out a plan with that. But I don't think that they're going to be slowing down just yet. I don't think any of these teams that did well in Group 1 or Group 2 are going to be even phased by what we saw from today.
I just wanted to quickly say, can you pass me that real quick, actually? Let me just have a look at this. So I'm reminding myself of the leaderboard, the top 6 we were looking for. First place,
do you need help counting?
Yeah, guys, I'm not a great counter. Let me just count. I'm trying to figure out how many EU teams made it in there.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, the whole top 4. All right, let's do the same with NA. Okay, so we got...
You can give that back now, thank you.
What happened, guys? Come on, what happened? All that dunking yesterday, and I ain't hear nothing now. Nobody knows how to count now. How about that?
The thing though, Vivid, this is just survival. Tomorrow is when it's gonna really, really matter with the match point finals.
Just can't wait until we turn the camera off so me and Levin can have a talk.
I'll put you on my shoulders. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for survival stage. We have the final 6 duos that are going to be joining the match point finals. And tomorrow, if you thought today was crazy, is going to be even crazier. We have a maximum of 15 games, but a duo can actually win if they hit that match point threshold of 350 points and then get a victory royale. It's gonna be spicy, it's gonna be amazing. I know there's currently no fans here because they all decided to leave and just hang out with the players, get a bunch of pictures, but this arena, this Quirilla City Grid arena is gonna be popping off. So make sure you join tomorrow to see who's gonna be taking that trophy, who's gonna be winning in the club championship as well, because everything's gonna be changing them. From Levin, from Kelly, from Vivid, the 7WG. We'll see you tomorrow for FORTNITE Reload Championship at EWC 26 Match Point Finals.
Bueno, gente, al parecer ya se acabó. Lo puse tarde, puede que sí, pero mm, logramos ver un poquito al final. En las horas de la tarde, muy tarde, estaré farmeando un poquito también de Fortnite para mirarlo el nuevo pase y todo eso. Muchísimas gracias a todos por estar un ratico acá. Ahí estamos haciendo una colaboracioncita. Se me pasó el tiempo, se me olvidó. Pero ahí nos vemos. Muchísimas gracias. Nos vemos más tarde. Adiós.